When you're watching bears, there is nothing else in the world. All other stresses, all other thoughts become secondary or disappear altogether. There is nothing else in the world besides that bear right there. I really enjoy showing people bears for that reason, because it feels like when we're together as a group watching bears, we are everything. There's nothing else out there. There's no traffic, there's no alarm clocks, nothing like that. It's all just that moment right there. It's it. I'm kind of the mediator between the bears and the group. People like to think a bear experience is black or white. This happens, this happens. It's much more nuanced than that. You're actually having a dialogue with bears. It's all about being able to interpret what the bear is saying. And they're excellent communicators. They'll tell you exactly what is on their mind. And you have to react appropriately. That's the most common thing that people don't realize before they come, is they tend to think they're removed from the wildlife. You are sitting there in this little bubble and it's not interacting with you. Well, when you go out on the Katmai Coast, when you come out bear viewing with us, we're part of the equation. And our part of the equation is to behave in a predictable, calm manner that puts the bears at ease. And as a result, you'll have bears walk right by you, just doing what bears do, completely natural. We're not really into meeting expectations. We tend to blow the expectations out of the water. Somebody says, oh, I'm gonna go see bears. We don't see bears. We are part of the wildlife viewing experience. Just being out there with a group of people and having the camaraderie, experiencing it together is pretty powerful. And it always amazes me how everybody can have one experience but interpret it completely differently. And so one of the fun things is going back to the ship in the evening and saying, well, what were you thinking when that bear did that? Or this is what I thought about this situation. Yeah, it varies dramatically person to person. Some people might be, oh, that was scary. And other people will say, oh no, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's about the wild places and getting to these wild places. And there's no place in the lower 48 you can be this completely removed from everywhere else. It's looking for the new, it's looking for the wild, it's looking for what's around the next bend and what's in the next cove, what bears are we going to see. It's about just getting out there and doing it. You know, you could be sitting home watching this on TV, but no, you're not. You're going to do it. You're not going to let somebody else have this experience for you. The trappings of town just kind of fall away. Everybody comments and says, oh, so glad my cell phone doesn't work. So glad there's no internet. Suddenly you're more in tune with the tides and the winds than you are with the watch on your wrist. I didn't start out looking for wild places. I started in Eastern Europe, traveling around to historical sites, cultural sites, Istanbul, Moscow, Athens, places like that. I enjoy that. I still enjoy going to those places and experiencing them. But for the rest of my life, the part where I'm not in a city, I prefer to be out. These places that have a more primal rhythm or feel, it awakens something in people. I went from trying to plan a life around living in a city to figuring out ways to be not in a city. Success is being out on a boat watching bears. Like that's my office. That's what I want to do. I'm kind of here. Like, this is it. This is where I want to be. When you're out there, you want to be nowhere else other than that spot right at that moment. And that, honestly, is something that I feel a lot. And it makes me very happy.